Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is the Unreal World. And we are back today here at our cabin. As you can see, the ground is completely clear of snow. We are officially in the spring now, I say. Yes, we're here. We've got a few helpers, too, who are currently chopping down the forest. Man, they made a lot of progress, actually. I've been working on our latest elk kill. We got lucky when we returned from our little minor trading excursion. And when we came back, there was an elk inside the fence. He had trampled through one of our traps, actually, didn't get stuck, and he came right in here. Well, we had our companions take care of him, and it took me quite a while to actually get him all sorted out because I had to stop and order the companions to chop down a bunch of trees constantly. But that's all taken care of now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab our animals here, I should say. So we've got 5 dogs now with us and 2 bulls. The bulls both have some trading supplies on them. They've got some food and some, our furs are all on the bulls right now. I should probably I think I'm going to pull the meat off of the bull. We'll leave the furs can stay on there. That's a good place for them. But I'm actually going to put these animals away. And I'm going to do something which I never do. I'm going to feed the dogs. Believe it or not. That's right. And the reason is because I've got a literal absurd amount of meat. So let's get rid of the smoke stuff first. I'm going to drop it in stacks of 50 here. Kind of spread it out. That way they'll each be able to eat some of it. Did I not do that properly? Let's do 56. There we go. And there's still some bones in here, but they'll definitely be happier with the meat. So I'm going to unleash all the dogs real quick. All right, I've got all the animals sorted out, and now we will order the dogs in a group to go ahead and eat. There we go. They all give us a happy look. There it is. So yeah, now that we have officially gone beyond the need for food pretty much completely, let's just take a peek at how much meat I've got here in the cellar. Oh yes, I've still got over 1,700 cuts of dried elk, so yeah, that's a lot. A little bit too much because I don't want any of this to go bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the reason why I think we'll start feeding the dogs. I just dropped about close to 200 cuts there in the maybe a little bit more in the pen. So let's head up to I see the companion with me, so I'm going to bring him over to this corner. God, look at this. Let's zoom out. Yeah, this is kind of where I want them to be chopping trees and stuff. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I think, this might be a better spot. I'm still kind of up in the air as to exactly what I want to do with the cabin in terms of expanding it. I've got a couple ideas, but and I'll share them with you. But first, let's order this guy to go chop some trees down. Sir, go hit the forest. So we did equip each one of these guys with a woodsman's axe. Trust me, they didn't come prepared. I had to give them the axes, but that's okay. So anyway, I've been thinking there's a design I've seen before, which is essentially a large cabin with a little bit of trap fencing in it to divide it, and then you put your animals inside, like an enclosed barn, essentially. It's hard to describe exactly, but if you imagine instead of having the outer sides of this the trap fence right here, it would be walls, and then you have a nice large. It's going to have to be extremely big, but then the interior would still be the fences, so you can get in and out real easily. But maybe we would actually have a door at the back here, so I wouldn't have to climb a fence each time. I don't know. We have to play around with it. Let's see, now I don't want to climb. But you know what? Hold on. I want to do something real quick. Let's torture our NPC companion. So I noticed they did this when I was down here working on the skins. Look at that. So he just walks right out on that ice right there. So that's what caught my attention. And when I told him to go chop down some trees, this old man just wandered straight across the lake, like up here. Wall the ice. This is not ice I would walk on either. I mean, it might not break if we were to just walk straight out. Yeah, she's relatively okay right up here by shore, but I wouldn't go straight out there on it. Now let's make him go straight out there though. All right, chop a tree for me, sir, and go. Look at him. Wait. Oh wait, I want to follow him. See if he falls in. I mean, if he were to fall in, I don't even think it would kill him. He would be able to just swim right out of it. I'm pretty sure. I don't think the NPCs can die from that. Our characters certainly can though. So I just thought that was funny. Okay, well, I'm done torturing our companions, I promise. But I'm still going to make them work tirelessly until they leave. Nonetheless, we're back over here by the animals, and I wanted to try to milk our female variety over here. We've got 2 cows and 2 sheep, all 4 of which can be milked in the right season. So I brought a whole bunch of containers over here, hoping that I don't need to just drop them. But if I do, I'll just put them right outside the fence and I'll keep trying each day. But let's go. Let's get these things filled up with some milk. Yes. Oh, nice. Okay, okay. That's huge right there because this milk, as far as I can tell, doesn't ever go bad. And it's a very key ingredient for a lot of different recipes that we've got thanks to this mod pack, including cheese, which we've made a little bit of. But yeah, yeah. So that was 4 pounds of milk just off the cow. Man, oh man, I need to get a bunch of cows. All right, get out of my face there, sir. Go chop some trees down. I'm over here milking my animals. Leave me alone. Let's get some sheep's milk. I'm just going to put it all in the tub. I'm assuming this will work. Yeah, that was 6 pounds worth. Can I milk you, old man? Let's try it. No, I'm kidding. Let's get out of here. Go chop some trees, sir. All right, and this is good. Very nice. There we go. So now I need to do this every day. All right, let's get him out of here. Chop. See, this is why trying to like do work around your camp when you've got companions is a little bit tedious because they're constantly coming up to you. But as I've mentioned, if you do stay on top of it and continue to order them to go back out and chop trees or whatever you want them to do, they can get a lot of work done in like the 4 or 5 days that they're with you. But speaking of work, we're not done with the milking. Oh, that's the wrong cow. Can be a little confusing remembering which cow's which that you've already milked. But there we go. We've got just a ton of milk. So we should each day now until the cold season, which is a long ways away, be able to get 11 pounds of milk every day from these animals. That's pretty huge. Okay, I'm going to drop these. You know what, darn it, I should have tried the bag. I'm not 100% sure I can milk the animals into the bag, but if I can, then that's pretty good too, because that means I can make tons of bags. It doesn't take a lot of material, and it's very fast, so that'll be huge. Oh boy, well, we can milk with bags. You know what that means? Endless milk for the season. We're going to be milking every day. I'm not leaving from this place. All right, our guys are talking to us. Time for me to head home. It was nice. Bye now. Take care of yourself. Yep. So, as I think I speculated in the last episode when we hired these guys, I gave them the axes, and I said that'll probably pay for their debt with us right there. That and a little bit of food I started off with. So, we'll see. I mean, that guy's good. He's not asking for anything else. So, that's handy dandy. But let's see. Let's get back to our milking. And I put those guys to use. So I'm going to show you the work they've done here in just a moment. But like I said, I want to. Okay, we got 4.2 pounds out of that old cow there. Very nice. Let's keep going. All right, there we go. Look, I just got the last sheep. All 3 of our companions have approached me now and told me that they are leaving. That's fine. Goodbye, everybody. So let's see here. We've got a full wooden tub of milk. I'll go ahead and just drop that in the cellar. Not because I'm pretty sure that this lasts forever, so I don't think we need to for preservation, but just for if you like keeping things organized, basically. Also, I'm going to drop the sorrel beverage. That's 1.5 pounds. I don't need to walk around with at the moment. If we were to get sick now, I could probably just stop in some like spruce mire and pick some heather or something, some milkweed maybe, and boil me up some right on the spot. Okay, well, the dogs have been fed, the sheep and cows have been milked, so let's come up here to the north and take a look at what our companions did for us. Now, keep in mind, too, there's two stages with these tree trunks when they get chopped down, and then you've got to turn it from a trunk into a log, just like this one is right here. Both of which tasks you can order the NPCs to do for you, which is what I've done. In fact, most of the ones that you'll see me roll over here are going to be fully ready to go logs, basically. There is some, I think, down here. I've got still three tree trunks left, but I can do that myself. I can hit the L button. There we go. So now I'm just turning the tree trunks into logs. It would be better if I went and grabbed my axe. I have a masterwork carving axe. Yeah, which is a better choice, but hey, you can see how quick like it takes just to do three tree trunks. And now if we look at those again, oh, it does take some effort though. She's a little bit tired, but that's okay. Let's see. Yep, now we've got 20 logs, 21 logs right here. So like I said, I'm definitely going to do some expanding. I just don't know exactly what yet. Wow, well, I mean, I didn't expect them to do this much. Look at this. They've cut all these down because I had already moved every log that our previous set of companions they cut down initially, to help us build our first cabin. So this is originally where we were just at, and now it follows all the way down through here. Look at this. Look how busy they were. Man, this is going to take a lot of work. Sadly, that's one thing you can't get your companions to do is move the logs. They will not. There's no order for that. But dang, they even chopped a few down this way too. Wow, look at that. So we've definitely got plenty of logs. It's just going to be a lot of work for me now to move all these. But yeah, I think the way to do it is to disassemble the trap fence because it just takes a little bit of effort and it makes things so much nicer when I'm rolling these logs back and forth. But yeah, let's do it. Like I said, I don't really need to be hunting. I've got too much meat as it is. Oh, damn, that reminds me. I need to be lighting this fire. Speaking of meat, no, I hope none of this spoiled. It's got 13 days at the latest, so it might have been 2 or 3 days since I lit this. I kind of forgot about it just because we have so much, but this is the unfortunate elk that got trapped inside our fence in the last episode. Oh, well, just as a little side note, while I'm showing off the elk meat, I might as well take a look at the skins we've got over here. So there's a cured elk skin, which will be ready in 2 days. And this is the one I think we just killed. Yeah, that one's ready in 10 days. And if we look right here behind the big rock, there are 5 elk skins. They're all fine too, and they're all cured. So they're just basically preserved indefinitely. They won't go bad or anything. And at any point, if I want, I can just soak them and just take them back through the stages of either tanning, or I might actually turn some of them into leather. I think one of them's superior. Maybe not. Ah, shoot. But I would like to try in my hand at making some more leather clothing for us. Speaking of which, at some point, I'm going to start taking off all this clothing she's got. Try and really get her weight a lot lower, because that'll help with her crafting and all that different stuff. Even just building the cabin will be easier with less weight on us. But at this point, I don't know. The temperature gauge is pretty high now. Maybe we can strip down. Let's head over to this little shelter. This is the one where I keep all my armor at, and it's easy. I like this spot to basically keep, this is all the stuff, my personal items, and I would never trade any of these things, and it's good to have a spot where you can keep them so you can switch them in and out quickly if we need. Like if the temperature drops again, I can just come put some of this woolen stuff back on. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. We're going to leave the fur, but we will take off the wool. I'm going to leave the woolen mittens too, actually, and the socks. Those will stay on probably all summer, I would say. I mean, I'm definitely wearing the socks all summer. Come on. Okay, well, speaking of crafting, I think it's about time we make a whole bunch of bags. And again, this is just going to be so we can start really stockpiling some milk. And yeah, I'll hit this. It's a 1 pound of cloth. I went ahead and picked up some of the linen stuff. This is just items that we've gotten from various, like the raids that we've done. Essentially, you can see most of it, yeah, all of it is damaged to one degree or another. And linen, I don't think I can repair this even with the mods. I might be wrong, but we would just need to break it down, I think, and start fresh. So this is good stuff for scrap, like these bags that we're going to be making. I'll just go through and I grab some of the nettle yarn that I've accumulated from trades and stuff. And if you'll notice, it only takes 3 foot of thin cord, which this nettle yarn does qualify as. Boom, there we go. That's one bag. I wish I could do this in bulk, but I do have to go through it each time for one bag. I wish I could do like 10 bags at once, but this is okay. I'm still going to make at least 10 of them. It'll just take me a little bit longer. Oh boy, well, take a look at this. 10 bags only come out to 2 total pounds. That's pretty cool. I could just carry these around until we fill them up, obviously, with milk. And then I'll drop them in the cellar. But, man, we're going to have so much food. It's going to be insane. Literally, it already is. And of course, just for anybody tuning in, I like to have two different cellars. I've mentioned this before, past episodes, but these kind of split between milk and meat here. I'm going to put all the milk in this one. In addition, this is where the meat goes. And then any vegetation we get, whether it's berries, seeds, I even put my salt in here kind of. We've got the nettle cheese. You know what? I'm going to put that in the dairy goes in here. Let's get things organized. I'm like a little pack rat. I've got to get things in the right spot, just right where it goes. All right, there we go. But yeah, you can see I've got a fistful of cranberries here left over from the winter time. I should probably pick up these chubby beans here. How heavy is that? Oh, that's less than a pound. Let me just grab. I'm gonna take like 2 of these. Okay, I'm not going to eat them. No, 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 no. We're going to try and develop our herb lore skills. So I want to remember to do this. Well, I think it's once an hour, someone said, or maybe once a day. But I'll just hit it's just easy. You just hit SE real quick, and boom. If you got it in your inventory, you can try it. Yep. Otherwise, it won't show the bar if it's not ready. But another thing I haven't done in a while is a sacrifice. We should do that. And no, I'm not going to sacrifice the beans, although I could. But who knows? They could be magic beans. There we go. You know, no, I should mention, too, there are magic mushrooms in this game. And I've never really eaten them. I have eaten them, but I didn't experience anything with the character. But I might have done something wrong. I don't know if we need like an exact ritual for it, as we have with some of the other things we've done. Maybe that's the case, but anybody who does know, let me know down in the comments. I am very curious, but I might go on a hunt for some of those. I did keep some mushrooms, and I believe it was that kind. They're called like Televari's Gift or something like that. But, the magic mushrooms. I found some and tried to keep them in my cellar, but they didn't last for very long. They did eventually go bad pretty quick, so if we're going to harvest them, we need to be able to use them, in other words, because we can't keep them over a long period of time. Ooh, well, I got up very early. It is literally late at night, but I had the strong urge to get out here and milk the animals. And let me tell you what, this is the best thing ever. I need more of these. I need more cows and sheep for sure. Pretty sure those are the only two animals you can milk in the game. But anyway, I've got our mugs filled up now, and this skin is almost full. I'm going to top that one off tomorrow. So let's go ahead and drop that one. I'll use one of the sheep to fill that up right to the top. If I were to fill it with a cow, it would probably waste most of the milk. But anyway, look at that. This bag's almost full. We've got 11 empty ones, which is only 2 pounds. So I'm just going to carry those and drop off the milk in the cellar. I know. It's crazy that this is actually entertaining for me, but I love this for some reason. I really wish that you could breed animals, but it was maybe some like elaborate stage, that you had to go to. Maybe it was like really hard to, I don't know. But nonetheless, unfortunately, you can't. So animal husbandry is a bit limited. But, one thing that I can do, which maybe I should be doing more often, is shearing the sheep. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure we can only do that once a season. So 2 times a year, just like milking. You can only do it like half of the year. But let's see. So if we go to wool processing, shear sheep, 50 pieces. Yep. Okay. So we are back in season. I've already done this once during the winter. I did it just kind of passing time. I was experimenting, but looks like we're good to go. So let's repeat that. Yep. So we'll do the two female sheep, and it doesn't show their or like change their appearance or anything like that. But I do end up with 100 greasy wolves. Actually, it's 50 per sheep. I don't know why it calls them greasy, but this is the point at which now I need to get a comb and I need to like comb out the greasy wool, and then we get something we can actually, spin or whatever. But I've also got the male sheep, so let's shear this boy too. Obviously, we don't milk the male guy, but you can get some wool off of him. And now, this, I should specify again, that is a modded ability right there. In the vanilla game, there are sheep, and you can milk them, but you cannot shear them. Okay, so back with the wool here again. Might as well go through part of the process at least. Spin the wool yarn. See that I need to make a wheel, a spinning wheel, since I have sheep now. But we can do what's called carding the wool, which is essentially combing it. And I want to try and use my bone ornamented comb. Previously, when I did this, I didn't have a fancy comb, and I had to make a crappy one, so I have like an inferior bone comb. But I managed to get this bronze horse ornamented comb, and this was part of a treasure hoard, I think. Yeah. So we got two of these actually. But anyway, let's see if we can actually card some wool with this amazing horse ornamented comb. And we'll just do the maximum. Yes, we've done it. It says the bronze horse. And yes. So that just goes to show you some of these items do have like actual functional purposes here. The comb certainly does at least. Nice. So that gives us 10 fiber from wool. Interesting. Yeah, there we go. So it's turned it from greasy wool into fiber. Not bad. I really want to look now into actually making a wheel, a spinning wheel. Let me check that out, see if I can find it and what we need. Okay, well, it turns out this is going to be a lot easier than I thought. Basically, all I need is a single wooden stake for this. So, in order to spin the wool, we need a spindle, is basically it. As far as I can tell, I haven't done it yet, so, but that's what I can just kind of glean from kind of reverse engineering it. So, what I do is I go to the actual spinning of the wool first. So, we come down to wool processing, and I try to spin it, and we hit one just as a test. We'll say one item, and it's asking for 5 pounds of fiber, or half a pound, I should say, which we have. That works, but the spindle is then now I see, okay, now I need a spindle. So if I come in, and I don't know where it's located, I just assume it was in wool processing, but I looked, it's not. So my next stop was textile craft, and there it is, the spindle. So we click it, and it just requires a wooden stake, which obviously I just picked up. So we obtained a decent spindle. Very nice. Okay, let's do it. All right, so we go through the process one more time. Hopefully we'll be doing it a lot more than once, but I'm going to spin it just again. Let's test it. 5, so we need 2.5 pounds. Okay, I definitely don't have enough. I've only got 1 pound, so let me comb out some more of this greasy wool real quick. Okay, I think I have enough, so let's just try. Do I have 2.5 pounds? Please tell me 4 pounds. Perfect. We got plenty. Ooh, this is a long operation here. Takes a couple hours at least, it looks like. Wow. That's almost equivalent to like a nice size fur, going through the stage of a big elk fur. Wow, okay. Almost 6 hours there, a little over 5 hours, and we obtained four. Well, let's look at it in our inventory here. We now have 4 fine wool yarns. Each one of them is 100 feet, and then we got a regular one, a fifth one, which is just, 100 feet of regular. Plus, I got a little bit left over. Boy, that spindle weighs almost next to nothing, 0.2 pounds. That's huge though, because this fine wool yarn, we can use that for any kind of crafting we want. I could even use it to smoke or dry meat if I really got desperate, but this fine stuff is much better than we should be using it for like actually sewing up that leather equipment I was talking about. But that's pretty huge. So at this point, I think we could also start to make our own wool clothing potentially. So let's do it again. Let's go through the process. If I was going to make a wool dress for Athena, textiles needed. Oh, so do I need to turn? So I probably need to turn some of that thin cordage, that wool cord, into cloth. I need the needles. I read that wrong. Textile needles, which is easy to make. We can just make that out of bone. I've done that before, but 6 pounds of woolen cloth. Yeah, so that's going to be the big one right there. We'll have to figure out how to make some cloth. But I think that'll do it for today's episode. We will continue with our crafting adventure in the next one. I mean, at this point in the series, there's not a lot left that we can do in terms of getting out there. I don't feel like attacking the Nerpez so much unless they, get in on our little territory over here. We'll probably just leave them be for this particular series because in the near future, once this one is done, I do plan on starting a new series where we just specifically focus on trying to fully wipe out the Nerpezit from whatever map we start with. It'll be a whole new character. But so in that case, I'm going to hold off on the raiding, like I say, unless they encroach on our territory. But we'll have a lot of that to look forward to in the future. But nonetheless, guys, the little sneak peek for you there. Really appreciate you tuning in today. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all on the next one.